Hello everyone. I'm here with another interesting story. Dive into this captivating story and discover the journey of a husband learning to overcome his doubts to rebuild the love he almost lost. Stay until the end for an unforgettable lesson about trust and forgiveness. A Doubtful Husband. Once upon a time, in a quiet little town surrounded by rolling hills, there lived a young couple, Rajesh and Meera. They had been married for 3 years and seemed like the perfect match to everyone around them. Rajesh was a hard-working banker, and Meera was a schoolteacher who was loved by her students. Despite their seemingly perfect life, Rajesh harbored a secret flaw: he was overly suspicious by nature. Every small action by Meera that he couldn't understand planted a seed of doubt in his mind. Though Meera was kind, loving, and devoted, Rajesh often let his insecurities cloud his judgment. One day, Rajesh noticed Meera receiving a phone call late at night. She walked out to the balcony to talk, her voice low and soft. Rajesh, unable to suppress his suspicion, stood by the door, straining to hear. Though he couldn't make out the words, the secrecy of the call gnawed at him. The next morning, as Meera prepared breakfast, Rajesh casually asked, "Who called you last night?" "Oh, it was Ria," Meera replied cheerfully. "Her mother's unwell, and she needed some advice about finding a good doctor." Rajesh nodded, but his mind refused to accept the explanation. Why would Ria call so late? He wondered. Days passed, and Rajesh's doubts grew stronger. He began to notice other things: a sudden increase in Meera's phone usage, her occasional outings without mentioning where she was going, and her warm smile when she checked her messages. Rajesh decided he couldn't sit idle anymore. One Saturday afternoon, Meera told Rajesh she was going out to meet an old friend from college. "I'll be back by evening," she said with a kiss on his cheek. Rajesh smiled outwardly but was already formulating a plan. As soon as Meera left, Rajesh followed her at a safe distance. He felt guilty for spying, but his doubts overpowered his conscience. Meera stopped at a small cafe, and soon, a man joined her at the table. Rajesh's heart sank. From the window, he observed their interaction. The man seemed animated, gesturing as he spoke, while Meera listened intently, occasionally laughing. Rajesh couldn't hear their conversation, but he was convinced this was the confirmation of his worst fears. When Meera returned home that evening, Rajesh confronted her. "Who was that man you met today?" he demanded, his voice trembling with anger. Meera was taken aback by his tone. "That was Ravi, my cousin," she said calmly. "He's just moved to town for work, and I was helping him settle in." "Why are you asking like this?" "A cousin," Rajesh said skeptically. "Then why didn't you tell me before?" "I didn't think I needed to report every detail of my life to you, Rajesh," Meera replied, her voice firm but hurt. "Why do you always doubt me?" Rajesh was momentarily silenced, but his mind refused to let go. The next few weeks were tense. Rajesh's mistrust only deepened, and his constant questioning began to take a toll on their relationship. Meera grew distant, hurt by his lack of faith. One day, Meera had had enough. She handed Rajesh a letter and quietly left the house. Rajesh opened it with shaking hands. Dear Rajesh, I have loved you with all my heart, but your constant doubts are breaking me. I've never given you a reason to mistrust me, yet you treat me like a stranger. Love cannot survive without trust. I'm going to stay with my parents for a while. I hope this time apart helps you see how much your mistrust is hurting us. Meera. Rajesh was devastated. He realized too late how his insecurities had blinded him. Determined to win Meera back, he sought help from a therapist to work through his trust issues. He also began reflecting on all the moments Meera had shown him love and loyalty. After weeks of counseling and self-improvement, Rajesh went to Meera's parents' house to apologize. With tears in his eyes, he said, "Meera, I was wrong. I let my doubts ruin what we had. I've been working on myself, and I promise to trust you from now on. Please give me another chance." Meera looked at him for a long moment before speaking. Trust is not something you can promise, Rajesh. It's something you have to build. I'm willing to try, but only if you truly change. Over the next few months, Rajesh worked hard to rebuild their relationship. He learned to communicate openly, let go of his insecurities, and trust Meera wholeheartedly. Slowly but surely, their love grew stronger, this time with a foundation of trust and understanding. In the end, Rajesh's doubts taught him a valuable lesson: without trust, love cannot flourish. And from that day on, he vowed never to let his insecurities overshadow their love again.